Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and I'd just like to say before we get into this video, if this is your first time past the channel and you do enjoy the video, please do consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and also leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the video. Now, this is a game that I played today in the Tier 7 American Tech Tree destroyer, the Fletcher, one of my favourite destroyers, probably my most played ship, I think. But I've called this one Too Little, Too Late. Where did I go wrong? And it's often good to sit back to save a game and to watch it back again and review it and see if there's anything that you could have done better to improve your gameplay and perhaps to not make the mistakes next time. But for me, I think I played this game very, very well. There are a couple of places, but on the whole, I think I did a great job. Looking at the team list at the start, there's only one destroyer on each team. I've got a Friesland opposing me. There's a couple of cruisers there, the Surrey, the Mainz and the Hipper. The ships that I'm worried about are the two Brandenburgs and the Bismarcks because they could have potentially epic secondaries, and also I'm going to be very aware of battleships sailing close together using will to rebuild to stay alive. And obviously I'm going to be trying to stay away from those cruisers and let the big ships on our team take care of those. So without further ado, let's get into it. We spawn in the center on B cap, and B cap on this map is something that I don't really like, because if you push into there as a destroyer, all you're going to do is you're going to end up with a contested cap with the ship sat on the other side, you sat on your side, and you're not spotting anything. You can't really get torpedoes on anything. So what I'm going to do is push straight across for A cap and spot things for my team. Now, one thing that I noticed at the very start of the game is that two of the ships that were across on D cap have completely abandoned it and pulled into center, and the ships that did spawn behind A cap are also pushing into the center. So straight off the bat, I haven't got the best feelings about this game, but put that behind me. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to do a destroyer's job of spotting, capturing and killing. Now straight away I see that smoke screen go up in front of me and I see the rapid fire coming out of that. That can only be one ship on the red team, and that is the Friesland. So he's kind of disclosed his position to me, so I'm going to put my torpedoes through that smoke screen to start with. One thing to note here is the reason that Friesland is able to shoot from his smokescreen is because there are other ships on his team that are spotting for him. Now, it is a destroyer's job to spot, but a destroyer can be very useful if he can get into his smokescreen and provide some firepower, some additional firepower, the rapid fire guns, get some fires on those battleships and cruisers. Or he can lay in wait and slap some torpedoes out there as well. So we are straight on to A cap and we are going to turn this, but we're not going to sit here. We're calling for fire onto that Surrey. We get a salvo off, but he disappears to the Flandre, and this Flandre is going to prove to be very adept at picking up low health kills. I mean, I took a shot on that, thinking if I can click a fire on him, he's gone anywhere. He's not going to be a threat to me on this cap. But you'll see that we did get a torpedo hit, and that torpedo hit was very obviously on that Friesland. I'm watching the timer as the cap counts down, and I'm looking at where those two Brandenburgs and what they're doing. Now that Friesland is still in a smoke screen, and it's quite a long one, and I imagine he's probably got his sonar running, so he'll know that I've turned this cap, or I'm turning this cap. He'll know that those torpedoes came from me, but I am going to put my next salvos of torpedoes through that smoke as well. Or at least, yeah, am I? Yes, I am. There we go. Those torpedoes are out. Now I know the Friesland has taken one torpedo. He appears to be there towards the back of his smoke screen, and I'm going to put a turn in because I don't want to push out too far. If you look at the mini-map as well, you'll see that blue team is basically gravitating towards the left side of the mini-map, and a lot of them are actually going backwards. There is one ship trying to contest B. We get the Friesland spotted, and I don't want to give him the opportunity because I'm not confident that those torpedoes are going to be right on the mark, but they are. So with him out of the equation, I know there's no torpedoes coming from him. I am going to get onto these Brandenburgs. And we get a little bit lucky here, and that we get one, and we get, no, we don't get two, we only get one. But that is a torpedo hit and a flood on that Brandenburg. What you see here is that there are 7 ships on the map and only 3 are spotted, and that is because the whole of blue team are either too far back or they are parked behind something and they can't get shots on. And at this point I am thinking I can do damage to these guys, I can get the fires going, we can push these guys away. They know there is a destroyer here now. They are going to run because they do not want to be next in line for torpedoes. So I'm getting the shots off that I can. That Brandenburg is low health. There are shots going in on him. I don't know who actually picks this guy up. But there we go. Who was that? That was the Kutchesov. That Kutchesov, I think, is the furthest back on the map of everything. Red team have pushed round to our spawn cap C, and they've taken that pretty much uncontested. We're even Stevens on the ships with 3 down apiece, but they do have a slight lead because they've taken out some of our bigger ships. I am getting on this Brandenburg again. He's low health, he's burning, he's just damaged con. I'm going to put some torpedoes across there and then get straight back onto guns and see if we can get another fire started on this guy as well. We get an incapacitation, don't know what that was, but we are literally raining shells onto this guy, and this is what I love about the Fletcher. Just the sheer volume of fire can scare some of these bigger ships away on the map. Now again, there is nothing spotted apart from one ship way across on the north spawn cap. The rest of our team is basically looking like they're going to follow me through this cap. So I can't sit in this smoke for much longer. I am going to have to get out there and I am going to have to spot for the team. And hopefully they're going to be able to get their guns on and do their business. Now you look at those torpedoes running, the Mainz has been parked in that cap, and I'm thinking he's going to take one. Lo and behold, they run out. He is going to be the luckiest player of the day. So I'm keeping these guys spotted. I'm not going to shoot because I don't want to be on the receiving end of that Mainz. I'm trying to tell those guys behind me to push in and take a cap, because domination is about taking and controlling the caps. And when I realize that really it doesn't look like they're interested in doing that, I'm going to push in, and I'm very aware that I am right on the limit of my detection. I'm literally going to be less than a kilometer from being detected by this Mainz or the Brandenburg. And I think, play with my throttle here just to slow myself down a little bit, just to give that Brandenburg an opportunity to get a little bit out of the way. Now, a great thing for the team to do here would have been perhaps for that cruiser that's way out there at the back to turn out and put a crossfire back onto red team, because they are literally pushing in an extended line all the way across this map. We've got the Flandres spotted. He's just sat there bow tanking. Doesn't appear that he's taken any fire whatsoever. But I am in on this cap and I'm going to start turning it. But I'm very aware that I am in the center of a storm here with red team. I am on the edge of detection by a number of ships, and this is not particularly a place that I want to be. I'm very careful with my movements here. I can see that we've got a hipper, cruiser. Let's get that cruiser off the map, get his HE spamming guns off. The Brandenburg is there. He literally, if he comes through that gap there, is going to have me spotted, and I am going to be absolutely screwed. but I do see that KGV pushing in as well. So I put my torpedoes onto him, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to burn a smoke screen here, because this guy is, like that, going to have me spotted. But we get the shots on, and no sooner do I get my shots on than I start taking fire by return. The mine's onto me. The KGV has put some salvos into my smoke, but those torpedoes look like they are running quite good. And he's not going to survive that one, and this is going to give me a very pretty devastating strike. But we're not going to rest there. We're going to switch our attention straight to this mines, because he is the next threat. He does take an absolute slam of a broadside there. I think that might have been from the Flandre, and we are going to start to rain holy hell down upon him as well. We are chipping away. We're trying to gauge the fall of these shots. I know that he is going to pick me up anytime soon, and I'm thinking, if I'm going to die, I'm going down fighting. But we're just going to keep those guns going, and he goes again, picked up on 10 hit points by the Flandre. The next target is that Brandenburg. As I said, if he comes through the middle, I could potentially be screwed. I know he's got torpedoes. His attention seems to be on the Flandre behind me, and so I am going to get my guns on. But I get spotted by his plane, and no sooner do I get spotted than his secondaries are kicking off on me big time. The Flandres gets a shot in again. I'm just thinking, if I'm going to die, I'm going down swinging. And as I put the torpedoes out there, I think, he's going to hit the rocks and he's going to have to back out of it. And then he is stuffed. But I'm going to stay on him with the guns again. We are absolutely drilling this guy with everything that we've got. We get a fire on him, and the Flandres picks up the kill again. Now, I was thinking that there's only me and the Flandre left, but then I realised that we've actually got a cruiser parked out there on ACAP who can't see a damn thing. Now, he can't see a damn thing because I'm on the opposite side of the island to Red Team, but I'm guessing that he's parked in a smoke screen. He is going to get something while he's out there, one of which is himself killed, but I'm now looking at the points. I'm realising we are, 200 points down. There's less than 4 minutes on the clock. So we need to push these caps and try and turn it in our favour. We're on just under 123,000 damage with 2 kills, 2 solo caps so far. And we're going to push through and hope that this Flandres is going to be able to pick up another kill, because he's had 3 so far, 2 of which probably netted him a grand total of about 100 hit points between the 2 of them. But this Flandres is there. He's obviously going to back up around that island. Would he be broadside to the ship behind me? No, but the Flandres is turning away. But he gets a shot on. He gets a reasonable hit. And I'm thinking, I've got an island in front of me that I can sneak behind. Let's try and get a fire on this guy too. Now, he hasn't fired his guns yet. And here we go. He's been holding those shots waiting for me, I'm sure. And I get away with that by the skin of my teeth. I've got a fire on him. I nudge the island. I'm going to back out of this one. And I'm looking across, and I'm hoping that that Kutuzov is going to be able to do something about the ship that is behind him. The hip is there. He's very low health. The Kutuzov, I think, must literally just be waiting for him coming round. The Flandres is still burning, and I'm going to get another salvo onto him as I navigate my way around this island. We get a cap reset, but now I'm thinking we really do need the caps on this, because we're getting so close to the end of the match. 137,000 damage now. It's still ticking up with that fire on the Flandre. And I'm asking that cruiser to please push through, because that Kutuzov could absolutely muller that Flandre from the position he's in. Flandre has now damage conned his fire. The Hipper is there. He's taking hits. But the Kutuzov goes out to guns from the Hipper, and the Hipper goes out to the guns of the Kutuzov. So they pretty much killed each other, but those guns would have been worth so much more. against this Flander. The Flander blind fires me across the top. I get a cap reset on him, and I'm trying to push out while remaining in this cap to try and get myself in a position where I might be able to see this guy or to rush in. At this point in the game, I'm looking, and I'm thinking, literally, we can't do this. Even if I was to leave the cap, I can't get into range for this guy. I can't get in to spot this guy. The Flander isn't really in a position to take shots on him because he's got that big island in the way. But if anything, this is the only place in this game where I think I could have actually done anything different. The Flander gets himself spotted. We take the cap, the third solo cap, and we are just going to try and pummel this guy into submission, picking up a high caliber in the process. I'm really hoping that this Flander is going to be able to come through with one of these low HP full salvo kills. The shots go in and he literally misses everything, and I'm thinking, you've got time for one more reload. You know, I'm hammering away with these guns as fast as I can and praying to God that this Flander can just get one more shot on, and he misses again. The clock is literally down to the last few seconds, and even though this guy's got a fire burning on him, there's nothing I can do there to seal the win on this one. So I do apologise for not winning that one. We finish on a whisker under 159,000 damage. We hit 264 main gun hits, 8 torpedoes, 2 kills, 4 fires, 6 floods, 6 defends, the 3 solo caps at Dev Strike, and a high caliber to boot. But the most galling thing about this result is, if you look there, I finished top of the losing team with 2,799 base XP, which is a respectable score for a winning team in a destroyer. The Mainz finishes top for his team with only 2,401 base XP. The Flander finishes second on 2,149. If we had won that one, if we'd have killed that Flander, that match would have literally been between 4,200 and 4,500 base XP. It would have been absolutely huge. But what can we do? What can we do? The blue team just abandoned everything and clustered up in the middle, and then just sat there in a big gaggle and waited to be killed. So please forgive my moaning. I really do hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. I really don't think I could have done anything better. If you haven't done so already, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Tell me if there's somewhere that you think I could have done something different. I've been TONIK TZW. Until next time, take care and goodbye.